imagine the only thing you really have to do a roll call for on this is the final decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know she always does the roll call. with all
And
of it,
that's
though.
fine.
I just
Either way, it works.
totally
You just
forgot
have
that
to
I
be
didn't
able
do
to
that.
say who voted for what.
It's like, whoops.
I don't really think someone's going to challenge us for approving the agenda.
Probably not. Well, I'm ready to vote.
How do you?
Thank you for, appreciate you. Have a good night.
Good evening.
Brandon, did your house make it all right?
We did, yeah.
Your neighborhood was tore up, wasn't it?
It was tore up. Where's my thing?
Oh, you're that one. Yep.
Right here. Yeah, our neighborhood got really torn up, but thankfully we did not.
It's crazy because it seems to like miss playmakers by 100 feet, because it was like
On both
Meridian
sides.
Hill, down
Yep.
Montrose, and right across the street.
Well, what I was telling us Keith earlier, I had driven by and I saw that it was a Playmakers case and I was like, oh no, I wonder if they got hit by the storm. So I saw the big tree down on the other side, but I hadn't looked on the other side of the street. So glad you did not get hit by any of those trees.
Just a couple days of darkness.
Well,
Yeah, we didn't have power until Monday morning.
Oh, you Monday?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is different when you have a 9-month-old.
Yes, yeah, well, that certainly changes things.
My brother works for consumers, and says, I think 14 poles in your neighborhood have.
Yeah.
What neighborhood are you in?
Ottawa Hills,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
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 There hasn't been tree trimming there in
Since it was.
a hot second.
They're trimmed now.
Yeah, they're not,
If they're not trimmed, they're down.
there's so many more places.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think Member Benoit will go on without. It's 6:32. I can get started. Okay, let me get my. Okay, good evening. It is 6:32 and I will officially call this meeting to order. Welcome to the Charter Township of Meridian Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. And first step will be approval of tonight's agenda. Any motion here? I'll motion to approve tonight's agenda. How about that? I'll get
Hold on a
things
second. I
going.
think staff is trying to
Oh, yeah.
record
Yeah,
and
one
take a
sec,
roll.
sorry.
It's okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Member Trezite. Well,
There you go.
all right, there we go. First things first, we'll take roll. Member Koenig,
Present.
Member Brooks,
Present.
Member Trezite,
I'm here.
and Chair Mansour is here. We are missing Member Benoit. And next, we will go to approval of agenda, which I will make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
No support.
All right, so this is a vote to approve tonight's agenda. Member Koenig.
Yes.
Member Brooks.
Yes.
Member Trezise.
Yes.
And the chair says yes. Thank you very much. And next up will be correction, approval, and ratification of minutes from April 16th, 2025.
I move to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay,
Second.
all right. And this will be a vote to approve tonight's, or the minutes for April 16th, 2025. Member Koenig?
Yes.
Member Brooks?
Yes.
Member Trezise?
Yes.
And the chair will abstain because I was not at that meeting, but I thank you very much for covering that well, gentlemen. Next on the agenda is communications, of which there are none, and no unfinished business. We'll move directly into new business, which brings us to ZBA case number 25-3, Playmakers, Inc., 2299 West Grand River Avenue, Okemos, Michigan, 48864. Go ahead, Mr. Chapman.
Okay, so the applicant's proposing to repair or maintain a non-conforming sign at 2299 West Grand River Ave. The current sign was installed in 1957 and is non-conforming in size and height. The sign will be taken down to restore and modernize. Playmakers has previously attempted to repair/restore the sign in 2023 with the sign still installed, and the work at that time was unable to completely fix all the issues. So in order to permanently fix the sign, they're proposing to remove it temporarily so it can be completely restored in a sign shop. The zoning ordinance requires any non-conforming sign that receives repair, reinforcement, alteration, improvement, or modernizing not exceed 30% of the appraised replacement cost. Staff worked with the township assessor to determine comparable prices for the sign, but given the age of the sign and the design, we were unable to get a definitive value / cost replacement. So the board needs to determine whether or not to allow for the repair / maintenance of the sign. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chapman. Would the applicant or the applicant's representative like to speak? And you can just state your name and address for the public record, please.
Andy Marsh, Playmakers is 2299 West Grand River Avenue. First, we like to think of the sign as priceless, so we can spend as much as we want. I guess my quick write-up is on it. Shopping Cart Lady has been around since 1957. She is 68 years old at this point. Playmakers is trying to make it so she hits that centennial mark, hits that 100-year mark. A little background, anecdotally, we find that local people love it. We hear all the time when people are coming in the store about how cool that sign is. Actually, last week during the power outage, we got a text from one of our staff. They saw an ad for a local tattoo parlor doing during 517 days doing Shopping Cart Lady tattoos.
Wow.
They had a lot of 517 different things like Sparty and all that, but you could get your Shopping Cart Lady tattoo if you wanted. We've actually been talking about doing a full refresh of Shopping Cart for probably 10 years. This February, when we updated the Playmakers logo, we had the placard replaced on it, just the Playmakers placard. And Carly and I actually were out there talking with Science by Cranny, the local company that we had do that, and just said, what would this look like? What would you guys recommend if we ever really wanted to modernize, fix this up, and make her last the next for another 30 years? And that conversation really sparked something that we latched onto and thought now is the time to make these updates to Shopping Cart Lady. So Science by Cranny got us a quote, made some recommendations. We've been in contact with Amber Clark from the Corridor Improvement Authority, seeing if they could help offset some of the costs. But regardless, we feel now is the time to make some of those improvements. So the purpose of this project is not to alter, not to change, not to make brighter, but to give her what we are calling internally as a glow up. We want to really refresh her and make someone who sees her now think of 1957 when she was freshly installed. Obviously, Keith explained the reason that we are here tonight is because the cost of this is pretty substantial to do what we're going to hopefully do with Shopping Cart Lady. I'll give a couple quick highlights. So first thing we're gonna do is convert Shopping Cart Lady herself. Not the entire sign will come down, but just the top Shopping Cart Lady will come down. They will take her off, take her back to their workshop and replace the electronics in her, fix the cabinet, so the surrounding on her, and then they recommend changing the neon tubes to LED tubes. So they will look the same, they will be a lot more energy efficient, last longer, and then maintain color for a lot longer. So again, replace the lights on her, replace her kind of the figure, get her looking back to original shape condition. There is a graphic on her, so they'll replace the graphic, update that. And then the other thing is replace the full, replace the pillar, I guess you would call it, the aluminum sleeve that goes up. And then finally, the cabinets for the Playmaker signs, and then the lot and peak performance signs. So replace the outside of them. Also, there is still some fluorescent backlighting behind those signs, so switch those to LED. And then finally, if you guys, up on the TVs, that is more of the original color of Shopping Cart Lady. She was definitely not green when she was installed. We've been in contact with the Schmidt family. They said it was a brown maroonish color, some oranges, and then definitely cream on there. So our goal would be actually to go back, which matches the Playmakers colors really well, but go back and honor what the Schmidt's family really put in initially. So we think there's a lot of historical value in maintaining and having Meridian Township maintain this. I think she's awesome coming up the corridor and seeing her. So that's our goal and our agenda is not to change anything, but make it so people 30 years from now are still seeing that exact same sign up there.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Marsh. Would anybody else like to comment on this case tonight? Good. All right. All right. In that case, I'm going to close public comment and we'll get into board time. Anybody have any questions or want to jump off at? Yes, Member Trevise.
I believe I'm the only one in the room that remembers it from 1957. And I didn't live here, but I had relatives, so
That were
I
close
remember
by.
it well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I applaud your efforts on restoring that sign, so. I don't have any questions. I think it's meets all of our criteria, and we'll go through those one by one, and
Yeah.
I strongly support this.
Okay. Mr. Chapman, can I just ask, for clarification on the record here about the ordinance, the requirement of a non-conforming sign to not exceed 30% of the appraised replacement cost. Is that something that's gonna apply to many signs in the township? Are we
No,
looking at a very unique
yeah,
circumstance
you're
here?
not gonna see it. I mean, you're not gonna see signs this age at least.
Right, okay, that's kind of what I was gonna satisfy. There wasn't, I mean, it's an oddball little clause there for non-conforming signs that not to exceed the 30%. So I mean, obviously, we were not able to come up with a price tag for shopping cart lady, which is understandable. It's, part of its historical value. So, yeah, and for those of us who are newer to the township, I know shopping cart lady has been there for all the time that I've been in the township, and my kids love seeing shopping cart ladies. So, I know that that's something that,
And we want to see shopping cart lady function every night. Like now, like occasionally it doesn't work or her
Right.
legs get stuck. The wheels no longer always spin. So it's like, let's get her.
yeah,
back
it is
to where
when those times when you hit it at the right time and it's
Yes.
nighttime and you see her moving, it's like, oh wait, look, did you see the sign move? I know when my kids have caught that occasionally, it's been exciting. So, I'm with Member Trezise. I think we can go through the criteria and, this seems pretty clear cut to me, but anybody else?
I just have one
Member Brooks.
question.
Yep,
So
go for it.
just like about the property. So last time you guys were here, I thought, does Playmakers own the building and the property?
No, Vlahakis does,
Okay.
Paul Vlahakis, and we have connected with him and he has given his, permission to proceed with this.
Okay, all right. So then the variance though applies to the property,
Yeah.
specifically to this sign, right? So it doesn't really matter who the applicant is?
Correct. I mean, they have permission from the owner, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm in support of the project overall. I just wanted to ask that one question.
No, I think that's fair, because it's important to remember, yeah, it'll stay with the sign, but it's only to determine and give permission to repair the sign.
Right, yeah.
So the sign is non-conforming, but we're not granting a variance on the non-conformance of the sign, only on the repair of the sign at this moment.
And is that a one-time repair? Like you do it this time, if like 10 years from now we wanted to do it again, you'd have to.
You'd have to do,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So don't lose your paperwork.
All right. Any other questions or ready to get into criteria? Okay. Criteria 1 is that unique circumstances exist that are peculiar to the land or structure that are not applicable to other land or structures in the same zoning district, and that these unique circumstances are not self-created. I think part of asking about that ordinance for me was that it definitely falls under the unique category. We don't have any other sign that this particular piece that requires a variance really is going to qualify for in the township any longer. Yes, Member Koenig.
I wanted to say that I think it's peculiar because I've worked with my professional career hundreds of different zoning codes. And first time I've ever seen a zoning code require for like a non-conforming use or a sign in this case, any stipulations related to a cost.
Right. It's a weird one.
I've always seen, the size and, it's not conforming. If it
Right.
blows down where you got to replace it to what it was, you can't enlarge it, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I've never seen a zoning code say anything about an appraised cost of a non-conforming use. So that to me is peculiar enough in
Yeah.
itself. But
Yeah.
the more peculiar thing, which obviously I'm sure you guys are well aware of, is that I'm going to guess that this sign being original from 1957 was well before the zoning code that had happened here in
Yes.
the township. So it's probably non-conforming just for one of those reasons, that code is a lot younger than this, and that's the way it is. So that to me is something that's very peculiar, that is not
Yeah.
self-created.
Self-created.
Yeah.
Good, well stated. All right, yes, I think we can agree to meet that criteria. Criteria number 2 would be strict interpretation and enforcement of the literal terms and provisions of this chapter would result in practical difficulties that would prevent the owner from using the property for a permitted purpose. And again, I think that if we're using a strict interpretation of this particular piece of code, we're looking at something that cannot be, cannot have a dollar value assessed to it. We literally can't apply this, and yes, I do believe that would cause practical difficulties and be able to repair and replace the sign. I can meet that criteria quite easily. Yes,
I was going to say that if we did follow the code, my guess is that
Yeah.
the sign you'd replace it with would probably be, for lack of a better term, I apologize for the record, but a piece of crap.
Yeah,
30% of the value. I'm sure you would not get anywhere
30%.
near what's there even now, so.
right.
And then I guess that was the other point, is I missed it when I was reading it. Signs by Cranny, one of the first things we asked them is this worth the investment? Is this a
Yeah.
sign structurally sound? And they're like, yeah, I mean, this is back when they used to make signs out of steel. So like
Yeah.
the guts, the innards of that sign, they said are very, very solid.
Okay,
So-
that's good. Yeah, so it really is just a facelift.
The
basically.
facelift,
I mean,
yeah.
nothing else is changing except for the outer wrappings and the inner electrical work, which frankly, we all probably need to update anyway. I mean, just makes sense.
68 years of storms and rain.
Yeah,
Bird,
yeah.
It's amazing.
Right. There's a lot of birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing that it's still there,
Inside.
that
Yeah.
she's in the condition she's in. Criteria number 3 would be granting the variance is the minimum action necessary, which would carry out the spirit of the zoning ordinance, secure public safety, and provide substantial justice. I do believe that this is a minimum action. All we're doing is saying, yes,
Yes.
you can repair the sign. That's, given a yes is a pretty minimum action when it comes to this board. So I think we could meet that quite easily. Criteria 4 is granting the variance will not adversely affect adjacent land or the essential character of the vicinity of the property. But we can all pretty much agree that is, it is one of those Meridian Township moments where you come in and you see shopping cart ladies. So I will definitely,
I think it will affect adjacent land though, because more people are going to want to come see it.
yeah, they better.
So it's going to probably bring
In
more
all of,
people to your
in all
parking
of her
lot.
glory.
We're gonna have
You know?
some
not
parties this summer.
Right.
We're gonna, I think we really want to honor what the Schmitz family built in 1957. So I think this summer, whenever we go into action with this, with Science by Cranny, when they have the capacity, we will do stuff around it. It may be shopping cart lady t-shirts and hats, probably a fun run. We talked about doing shopping cart relays around our parking lot. So I don't know. We'll get creative in that.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, because I know people will be probably a little bit nervous that she comes down.
Yes.
So we got to make sure you assure
We have a
them.
little social media campaign where she's gone for a run. and
Oh, I
she's coming
love
back.
it. She's coming back.
Right, she's coming back.
She's a modern mom.
Yeah.
She'll
Are you
be
gonna change the
back.
high heels and put on riding shoes?
I know, right?
Oh, there you go. She could just have some running shoes sticking out of the shopping
In the
cart.
car, sure.
I don't know if we could approve the variance of that.
If you guys are looking at that graphic, the size of that sign is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
The,
Oh,
like
no,
where the playmakers
she's-
are 6 feet tall. It's-
Yeah,
she's 8 feet tall. So
She's massive. Yeah, it's quite impressive. It is really impressive. All right, well, criteria number 5 is granting the variance will be generally consistent with public interest and the purposes and intent of this chapter, and I definitely can meet that criteria. So I'm able to meet all that criteria. How are you guys feeling about this one? All right.
I agree
we have a
100%.
Do we have a motion? Anybody want to be the one?
I move approval of to grant the zoning request
Yeah.
number 2503 from Playmakers Incorporated, 2299 West Grand River Ave.
All support?
All right. This is a motion to approve, ZBA case number 25-03. Any other thoughts on the motion? All right. Vote to approve, Member Koenig.
Yes.
Member Brooks.
Yes.
Member Trezise.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, so your variance has been approved. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Marsh. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Take
you.
good care of her.
Yes.
Get her back
yes.
up there in her Albert glory.
Time for a glow up.
Yeah.
Yes, I love the glow up. There you go, shopping lady glow up.
It's ready.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully get out of here early tonight.
Yes, oh, this might go on record. This might be one of the
The
shortest.
last meeting.
Oh, the last meeting was-
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Dang it, Jim. Dang it,
Beat
Jim.
you by 2
He
minutes.
said it.
Oh, Jim. All right. Well, we
Yeah, I
tried.
flew through that one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well, we have no other business, and I will open the floor to public remarks. And seeing as there's nobody in our public vestibule here, I will close public remarks and open up to board member comments and just say, it's so great to have a business like Playmakers in our community that is doing the right thing, that comes before us, that communicates well with our building and planning department. And I hope that more businesses take that initiative and function the way that they do within the community and and working with the township, because that is just so refreshing that they are prepared, they're doing the right thing, they're trying to do everything the right way and being respectful of the township and ordinance. So, I mean, I wish we had all Playmakers in the township, but
I think this is the first application where the applicant actually went through all 5 criteria and summarized an argument for it.
yeah, wasn't that nice?
Yeah.
It was, and it made it very easy and concise to see what their case was. So, model citizens, model business, model, hopefully more people in the township take that lead. But on that note, we are officially adjourned. How many minutes did you?